A nursing home is a facility for the residential care of elderly or disabled people. Nursing homes may also be referred to as skilled nursing facility, long-term care facilities, old people's homes, care homes, rest homes, convalescent homes or convalescent care. Often, these terms have slightly different meanings to indicate whether the institutions are public or private, and whether they provide mostly assisted living or nursing care and emergency medical care. Nursing homes are used by people who do not need to be in a hospital, but cannot be cared for at home. The nursing home facility nurses have the responsibilities of caring for the patient's medical needs and also the responsibility of being in charge of other employees, depending on their ranks. Most nursing homes have nursing aides and skilled nurses on hand 24 hours a day. In the United States, while nearly 1 in 10 residents age 75 to 84 stays in a nursing home for 5 or more years, nearly 3 in 10 residents in that age group stay less than 100 days. The maximum duration covered by Medicare, according to the American Association for Long-Term Care Insurance. Some nursing homes also provide short-term rehabilitative stays following surgery, illness, or injury. Services may include physical therapy, occupational therapy, or speech-language therapy. Nursing homes also offer other services, such as planned activities and daily housekeeping. Nursing homes may offer memory care services, often called dementia care, starting in the 17th century. The concept of poorhouses were brought to North America by English settlers. All orphans, mentally ill and the poor elderly were placed into these living commons. In the 21st century, nursing homes have become a standard form of care for the most aged and incapacitated persons. Nearly 6% of older adults are sheltered in residential facilities that provide a wide range of care. Yet such institutions have not always existed. Rather, their history and development reflect relatively recent demographic and political realities that shaped the experience of growing old. Before the 19th century, no age-restricted institutions existed for long-term care. Rather, elderly individuals who needed shelter because of incapacity, impoverishment, or family isolation often ended their days in an almshouse. Placed alongside the insane, the inebriated, or the homeless, they were simply categorized as part of the community's most needy recipients. These poorhouses gave a place where they could be given shelter and daily meals. Poorhouses continued to exist into the early 20th century despite the criticism they faced. Much of the criticism stemmed from the conditions of the poorhouses. The Great Depression overwhelmed the poorhouses as there were a lot of people that needed help and care but not enough space and funding in the poorhouses. Due to muckraking in the 1930s, the less than favorable living conditions of the poorhouses were exposed to the public. Poorhouses were then replaced with a different type of residential living for the elderly. These new residential living homes were called board and care homes, or also known as convalescent homes. These board and care homes would provide basic levels of care and meals in a private setting for a specific fee. Board and care homes proved to be a success, and by World War II, the new way of nursing homes began to take shape. As the times continued to change, the government identified the issue of people spending extensive amounts of time in hospitals. To combat these long stays in short-term settings, board and care homes began to convert into something more public and permanent that was state and federally funded. From this, by 1965, nursing homes were a solid fixture. Nursing homes were a permanent residence where the elderly and disabled could receive any necessary medical care and receive daily meals. Though nursing homes in the beginning were not perfect, they were a huge step above almshouses and poorhouses in regards to following laws and maintaining cleanliness. From the 1950s through the 1970s, the dynamics of nursing homes began changing significantly. In the United States, Medicare and Medicaid began to make up much of the money that would filter through the homes, and the 1965 amendment laws enforced nursing homes to comply with safety codes and required registered nurses to be on hand at all times. Additionally, nursing homes may sue children for the costs of caring for their parents in jurisdictions which have filial responsibility laws. Later in 1987, in the US, the Nursing Reform Act was introduced to begin defining the different types of nursing home services and later added the Residents' Bill of Rights. Today, nursing homes are very different across the board. Some nursing homes still resemble a hospital while others look more like a home. Nursing home residents can pay for their care out of pocket. In the US, others may receive Medicare for a SH.